Imagine this. You are scrolling through old magazines and suddenly you stumble upon something you never expected. Something that makes you stop and do a double take. That is what happened when people saw photos of Lynda Carter in a way most of us have never seen before. Yes, we are talking about some very bold photos from Lynda Carter's past, and today we are going to uncover the story behind them. But do note, we are keeping it interesting, informative, and totally safe for general discussion. Most people know Lynda Carter as Wonder Woman, the superhero who became a symbol for so many people in the 1970s. But before the television show made her famous, Lynda had a life that included modeling, acting, and yes, some photos that shocked a lot of people when they surfaced online. Now, before you get any wild ideas, these photos are from a very different time, long before social media and the internet made everything instantly public. Back then, models sometimes posed in ways that were considered daring, and Lynda Carter was no exception. Let us go back to the early 1970s. Lynda was starting her career, doing modeling work, and even participating in beauty contests. She had just won the title of Miss World United States in 1972. This opened doors for her, including magazine shoots, commercials, and acting auditions. Some of these magazine shoots included photos that were more revealing than most of her television appearances. Now here is the thing. These photos were not meant to make anyone uncomfortable. They were part of her work as a model, and at the time, it was considered a normal part of the entertainment industry. But looking at them today, it is a little surprising for people who only know her as Wonder Woman. So, why do these photos cause such a strong reaction now? Part of it is nostalgia. People grew up seeing Lynda Carter on television and in posters, always dressed in her iconic Wonder Woman costume. To see her in a more personal, unguarded setting feels like seeing a completely different side of a celebrity we thought we knew. Another reason is curiosity. People wonder, what was her life really like before she became Wonder Woman? And honestly, it is fascinating to learn that she was confident, bold, and willing to take risks in her career. Of course, we have to remember that Lynda Carter was very careful about her public image. These photos were professional and tasteful for the time. They were not meant to be shocking in a harmful way. But decades later, they become a piece of history that tells us about fashion, culture, and the entertainment industry in the 1970s. And here is a fun fact. Lynda herself has talked about her modeling days in interviews. She never seemed embarrassed or regretful. In fact, she is proud of the work she did, saying it helped her build confidence and open doors for her acting career. These images, while surprising, are also a reminder of how different the world was back then. Celebrities had private lives and careers that sometimes included bold choices. Today, everything can be shared instantly, but back then, only a few people would see these photos in magazines or modeling portfolios. So, what can we learn from all this? First, it is a reminder that everyone has a story before they became famous. Second, it shows that fashion and photography trends change a lot over time. And third, most importantly, Lynda Carter's talent and hard work are what really made her unforgettable, not just the photos. Looking at these photos can be surprising, funny, or even a little shocking. But in the end, they are part of her journey. They show a young woman working hard to follow her dreams and eventually become a television icon. And that is pretty inspiring. Remember, it is easy to focus only on appearances, but the real story is about determination, bravery, and making bold choices to succeed. That is something anyone can appreciate, no matter what decade you are from. So next time you see old photos of celebrities, do not just focus on the shock factor. Think about the journey behind them. Lynda Carter's story is proof that every person has a unique path, and sometimes, the most surprising parts are the most interesting. Thanks for sticking with me and exploring this chapter of Lynda Carter's life. Whether you are a Wonder Woman fan or just curious about history, I hope this gave you a new perspective. If you enjoyed this video, there are plenty more stories like this waiting to be discovered. So keep exploring, stay curious, and always remember, history is full of surprises.